Hello my dear learners, today I will discuss some of the important cases especially for the antenna array system which are having two elements in its system. In my last lecture I was discussing the broadside array case where the two elements are placed for an antenna array system and all the elements are excited with the currents having the same amplitude and same phase. Now, we will discuss some other cases where the characteristics of the antenna array systems are changed, and due to this change scenario of the point sources and its characteristic, how the result is reflected in their resultant radiation pattern. So, let us start the case number 2 where the 2 point sources in an antenna array system are excited with the currents having same magnitude and opposite phase. Opposite phase means the element number 1 is having the current which can be shown as I1 is equal to I naught sin omega t, and the point source number 2 is excited with the current I2 where this I2 is equal to I naught sin omega t plus theta, and this theta is equal to 180 degree. It means those these both elements, these both point sources are excited with the currents having the phase which are opposite. So, simply we can write the resultant field strength for these 2 point sources in this manner. In the same way where we consider the 2 point sources and the 2 point sources which are spaced at a distance of d, and the resultant phase difference between these 2 point sources at the distant point P, where the electric field strength has to be calculated as the combined effect of the field strength which is originating from the point source number 1 and point source number 2. So, we can see that the resultant field strength is E t, and the field strength which is originating from the point source number 1 is E1, and the field strength at the distant point P originating from the point source number 2 is E2. So, the total field strength E t is equal to E1 plus E2. The phase difference due to the spacing between point source number 1 and point source number 2 as d is equal to, the phase difference is equal to k d cos phi, and simply we see that the E1 can be written as E naught e to the power minus j psi by 2, and E2 is equal to E naught into e to the power plus j psi by 2, as I have already mentioned the concept of this phase factor, exponential factor. This e to the power minus j psi by 2 and e to the power plus j psi by 2, because the 2 point sources are placed from the origin. Point source number 1 is at the negative side of the origin, and point source number of 2 is placed at the positive side of the origin. That is why the overall effect of the phase at the distant point P will be given in terms of the value of E1 and E2. So, the overall E t, the total field strength E t is equal to E1 plus E2, and we can see that this, because these two E1 and E2 are out of phase, then the vector sum of these two field strengths E1 and E2 can be written like this, and when it is written like this, so this can also be given like this, and the sum of these two field strength is given in this way. So, where the field strength, the resultant field strength is summarized in this form, the finally we get the result in this way, and this J twice of E naught sin psi by 2 is the total electric field strength at the distant point P due to point source number 1 and point source number 2. How this result can be implemented to get the different directions of the radiation pattern, principal pattern? Simply we know that this psi is equal to k d cos phi, k d cos phi, where k is the phase factor as 2 pi by lambda, d is the distance between the 2 point sources, and phi is the angle which is making by the simple when these 2 point sources are placed like this 1 and 2, and simply the this is the and this is the distant point P. So, we can write the psi is the overall phase difference, and this phase difference is just because of the spacing between the point source number 1 and point source number 2, and this is the resultant field strength. And for normalized radiation pattern, we have to put the magnitude of this total electric field strength as J twice of E naught is equal to 1. It means it is normalized, the magnitude of this resultant field strength is equal to 1. So, we have to calculate the different directions of pattern maxima, pattern minima and half power points by considering this particular value. So, we will discuss and analyze this particular component like this. For getting the maxima directions, how we can calculate the maxima directions? By using this component sin k d cos phi by 2. How? The sin value of any component is maximum, means if it is bidirectional then it is plus 1 and minus 1, and plus 1 and minus 1 can be written like this, as simply this sin k d cos phi by 2 is equal to plus minus 1, where k is equal to 2 pi by lambda, d is equal to lambda by 2, then again this k d is equal to pi by 2. So, simply we put here pi by 2 cos phi max is equal to sin inverse plus minus 1, and sin inverse plus minus 1 means plus minus 2 n plus 1 into pi by 2, where n is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. When n is equal to 0, n is equal to 0 is only in that particular condition where we calculate the maxima direction for the major lobe only. N is equal to 0 means the direction of pattern maxima for the major lobe only, and then we get that pi by 2 cos phi min is equal to plus minus pi by 2, and simply we get the direction in the form of like this 0 and 180 degree, and simply we get the directions in the form of horizontal pattern, means the maxima directions are 0 and 180 degree. Simply in the same way we can calculate the minima directions, like sin k d cos phi by 2 is minimum, and it is minimum at one particular condition when it is 0. So, 0 means pi by 2 cos phi min is equal to sin inverse 0, and sine inverse 0 means simply cos pi by 2 cos phi min is equal to 0, and cos phi min is equal to 0 means phi min is equal to 90 degree or 270 degree. It means the horizontal direction is the direction for maxima and the vertical direction, perpendicular directions are for the minima direction. Now, we calculate the half power point directions. What are the half power point directions? Half power point directions are those directions where the power becomes half, and when the power becomes half, the electric field strength or field pattern becomes 1 by root 2 times, and this 1 by root 2 times means if the radiation pattern is bidirectional, then the half power points can be calculated by using the value of half field strength as plus minus 1 by root 2. And when we put the expressions in this manner, it means the field strength become plus minus 1 by root 2, then this sin pi by 2 cos phi is equal to plus minus 1 by root 2, and it is simply noted like pi by 2 cos phi HPPD half power points sin inverse plus minus 1 by root 2 is equal to plus minus pi by 4, where n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So, simply we get the half power point directions as plus minus pi by 4, and when all these maxima, minima, half power points are being calculated, we can draw the radiation pattern in the form of this. This is the resultant diagram for the radiation pattern of an antenna array system which is having two isotropic point sources and which are having the currents of same magnitude, but having the phase in opposite in phase. So, simply when n is equal to 0, then pi by 2 cos phi HP half power points is plus minus pi by 4. So, simply it is HP half power points are given in the terms of 60 degree or 120 degree, and 60 degree 120 degree are given like this. So, simply we see that the different directions are drawn firstly, because we know that the horizontal directions are the maxima directions, vertical directions are minima directions, and these two, these 120 minus 60, 60 minus 120, these are the directions for the half power points, and when these half power points are given, it means point source number 1, point source number 2, this is the phi, and simply we have drawn this diagram as the resultant radiation pattern for an isotropic point, for an antenna array system having two isotropic point sources in this configuration. So, finally, the result of the radiation pattern for broadside array and end fire array is given in this form. The radiation pattern of an broadside array case, it is the perpendicular form, it means it is like this, and simply when we can show the broadside array like this and end fire array like this. This is the broadside and this is end fire, and the conditions for these two have already been specified and analyzed in this manner. So, the third kind of case is given in this form, when unequal amplitude and any phase may be provided to the point sources which are placed for making an antenna array system. How it works? If the 2 point sources are placed in an orientation system like anything, suppose in this diagram we have given the 2 point sources as point source number 1 and point source number 2, you can see here, and these 2 point sources are kept in the orientation system or a coordinate system as the origin is given here, and from the origin point these 2 point sources are kept in one side only. And when these point sources 1 and 2 are kept one side only, and the distance between the point sources is equal to d, and the angle between the line joining to the point source number 1, or you can say the origin, because point source 1 is kept at the origin. So, we can say that the line which is joining to the origin to the distant point P, it is making an angle of phi to the horizontal axis. So, finally, we can discriminate this particular case from the previous two cases, as in broadside array case and end fire array case, both the point sources were kept along the origin on positive and negative side, but here both the 2 point sources are kept on one single side only. So, simply the distance, the path difference is like this. This is only the path difference, means the line which is going to the distant point P, these are same, but the path difference is only this one, and this path difference is equal to d cos phi, and when this is the path difference, then the phase difference can be calculated as k d cos phi. This is the phase difference k d cos phi, and when we put this particular diagram for our consideration, then we see that we calculate the resultant radiation electric field intensity in the manner, suppose this is the resultant phase difference, means this is the phase difference which is produced just because of the distance or spacing d. It means when the two elements are placed or spaced at the distance d, and when we calculate the resultant field strength at the distant point P, we will get a phase difference of this one. But if the two elements are already having a phase difference of alpha, then the combined phase difference between the 2 point sources will be equal to this one psi, and this psi is equal to beta d cos phi plus alpha, where alpha is the phase angle with which current I2 leads current I1, means I1 is the current which is given to the point source number 1, and I2 is the current which is given to the point source number 2, and these two currents are having a phase difference of alpha, already itself they are having a phase difference of alpha, and this k d cos phi is the phase difference just which arises due to the spacing of d between these 2 point sources. So, simply E t is equal to E 1 e to the power j 0. Here this 0 is written because the point source number 1 is kept at the origin itself. So, there is no any phase difference with any of the point source. So, simply the E t is equal to E 1 e to the power j 0 plus E 2 into e to the power j psi, where psi is given as the resultant phase difference. And finally, source 1 is assumed to be reference has phase angle 0. So, that is why it is written like this only. And finally, E t is equal to E 1 plus E 2 e to the power j psi, and E 1 when we took it as common, then E 1 1 plus e to the power E 2 by E 1 e to the power j psi. There is no any complication in writing this particular formula, and when E 2 by E 1 is equal to k any constant, then this E t can be written as E 1 1 plus k cos psi plus j sin psi, means e to the power j psi can be written in the complex form like cos and sin version. Note that when E 1 is greater than E 2, the value of k is less than unity and varies from 0 to 1, and the magnitude and phase angle of the resultant field E t at point P is given by, these both are the results of the case 3, and they are given as mod E t is equal to E 1 under root 1 plus k cos psi whole square plus j k sin psi whole square, because this is the simple formulation of getting the magnitude of the resultant electric field strength, and the angle that phase can be calculated as theta is equal to tan inverse k sin psi upon 1 plus k cos psi. So, these two are the results for the case 3, and we can calculate the value of the different radiation patterns and the different directions on the basis of these results. So, thank you very much for watching this video, and definitely I can assure you that in my next lectures I will give some more complicated examples of the antenna array system. So, thank you very much.